All right.
You said we on? What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
Anybody? Go ahead, take it.
Well, you are now tuned in to Vibe Control Radio Show. I go by the name of Big Texas.
Y'all cut on that show, but y'all know it's your man Champ. How everybody doing? Business owner, singer, songwriter, producer, beat maker, all that.
Oh, that's
stuff.
what we doing.
I told you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put your accolades out
Right
there.
on, right on.
Everything you do.
Right on. Well, I got on a record label, Music Life Group Entertainment. I'm a co-founder for Vibe Control Music Group.
You said Music Life?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm an artist. You know, got connections. If you need whatever you need, I got you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Managers and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Loaded, what you got, bro?
A&Rs.
Man, I'm DJ Loaded, in case y'all didn't know. I'm a DJ, obviously, in the name, and producer. I guess engineer, singer, songwriter, almost extraordinaire.
What you hold on. What you mean you guess? You guess engineer?
I don't know, because I mean, you know, it's engineer. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, some people may not see me as that. Some people know me as a DJ. Some people know me as, I don't know. So when I put that name on there, it's kind of new for me to be doing that. So it's like, you know, for me to say and solidify that, it's kind of, you know, some people may take a while. So some people don't see me as that. They see me as a DJ, or they see me as, you know what I'm saying, somebody who.
But you know what?
Do something else.
Artists and DJs and stuff, they starting to get more. What is it? More multi-talented.
Oh yeah,
You
DJs.
know.
I feel one thing I feel like about DJs. DJs have like every DJ that I've known has been like had multiple hustles, multiple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I haven't met a DJ that was just like, you know, well, anybody
Stand
that's-
still, just DJing.
Yeah. There's just a DJ. Most of them tattoo artists, barber, just different stuff. Just most of the time, is the DJs that I run into has been. It's been definitely multiple. You know, have multiple hustles, and I can respect it.
Right.
But,
More places to get money from.
yeah, get into it.
That's crazy. I say that. Yeah, you gotta have. I feel like this day and age, you gotta have numerous avenues of income, especially in our time. You know, back in the day, wasn't nobody trying to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
They say you
9 to
need
5.
7. They say you need 7 avenues of income to, you know, be successful. I guess.
That's
But
dope.
it's all like, you know, because for me, I was counting the other day, and I can count, you know, everything intertwined into one thing. I mean, there's multiple avenues of income that'll be listed under DJ, and then there'll be another 2 or 3 listed under the engineer production side, where you can either make beats or you can just, you know, actually engineer.
Right.
So producer, engineer, and then there's also, you know, people. There's another avenue of income where you're just, you know, mixing and mastering, where you're not even recording anybody's thing. They just sending you stuff, and then with the DJ, and it's like I could, you know, charge for playing people's songs in the club and, you know, different stuff that's just, you know, it's ways of making it, you know what I mean? You don't have to, even with one income, you can flip it and make it multiple.
Right.
You don't have
just
to
gotta know what you're doing.
Right. You don't have to go outside of what you already got. You don't, like, I don't have to go outside of music to develop more income. I can still stick with music and then, you know what I mean, like get 7 within under the hat of music, let alone some other type of, you know what I mean, hustle to where it's just, you know, it's coming in, but.
Though I feel like I ain't tapped in.
Yeah, you seem like you got a lot going on. Over
Yeah.
there.
What you
I
got
don't feel
going
like
on,
I don't feel like I'm tapped in.
What you got going on, big dog?
Nothing, man. You know, just dealing with the. For some reason, bro, I ain't gonna cap with y'all, man. Like, business has been my. Like, y'all know me, bro. Business was not like on my mind ever since.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Since way back.
Like,
All right.
I feel like being business oriented is like it's a stage of mentality almost. Like,
Right.
you have to kind of force yourself to get there.
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Like, I felt like I was too focused on the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the business, what is it? It's 90. It's 10% music or 90% business or something like that. What is it?
20% music and then
music.
80%.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest 80%.
So that's where I'm at the point in my life right there.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so focused on business, and everybody been like tapped in, and everybody been on me and whatnot. Like,
And once you do let go of, in a sense of being like trying to, like you said, it wasn't business wasn't the main thing on your mind, so it must have been more so like trying to just make the hits. I mean, you know what I mean, as opposed to like, you know, I was trying to like, it's either could be business or it could be just, you know, having fun with it. But there's also that gray area.
You gotta think about it like this. Like when I don't want to say I want to speak for everybody, but artist wise, when you started rapping, you wasn't worried about no business. You thought, okay, let me just get a couple songs done. It's gonna boom overnight. I know a whole bunch of people. That's it. That's what you think.
You just worried about music.
It's not, bro.
I know a whole bunch of people. It's gonna boom overnight.
I swear.
Like we about to bubble, baby.
Hey, no, it's not nothing. No.
Man, and that's one thing too. Is like when you begin to relax and just kind of, you know, most people's big break happens when they end up being, you know, kind of almost like forget this. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for so long,
right?
And so that kind of in a sense of when you let go and almost let go and let God type of thing, like it will take on a life of its own. Like you'll realize things will begin to change, and you like, you know, with the studio that I had, it's like I had this idea to build a studio, but then everything outside of that
studio, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But it took on a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? And did more than what I could do on my own. You know what I'm saying? So with everybody, you know, everybody coming and linking together and networking and whatnot, it actually, you know what I mean, did more than what I could even ask for. So it's like, you know, once you don't have to be necessarily focused on business or this or that. You know what I mean? Everything can still fall into play. Now you do want to have your business in order, of course.
Right.
But you know, if businessman is not your role, the thing that you just can't do, you know, you have to pay somebody for it. Whatever you can't do, you have to pay somebody for. So, but that's just the way life is in general. I mean,
but
for
another
any service
thing
you gotta pay
is,
for.
with that being said, you know, if you're not in the business mindset, try to get yourself into that mindset before it's too late.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Because people will play you
and
play with your money.
For real.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because that's a savage thing too, man. People will, they will cheat you out of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying? If they can get it, they can. And especially with somebody that you like, you know, you just doing strictly business with. It's not no personal relationship. It's just like business. Because you try to stay out of the, you know, personal and business. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to really mix those two. You don't want to hire family, do things like that, just because things can get personal. But even still, you know, when you don't do that, it's like you hiring somebody that you may not know well enough to trust. You know what I'm saying? They got this rap sheet, but
and that's another thing. Like they got so much material out here to learn from. You know what I'm saying? Whether just like you know, you always say you didn't go to school for this. You know, YouTube, practice, trial and error.
Man. I mean,
like,
and it's crazy you say that. I hope he don't mind, and I hope you don't mind. But one of Lotus' partners came into the studio yesterday, bro. And he was telling us, he was talking about how I just lost my train of thought.
Song Trader, he was talking about
not so much Song Trader, but what you just said. Exactly what you just said before I started talking.
Just make sure you set yourself up later on down the road. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, set yourself up to where, you know, you ain't got to worry about nothing later on. Because when you first start out, like start out as a teenager, 15 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You just think about just doing your songs. You're not thinking about music. You're not thinking about business. You're not thinking about that.
But see, that's what I was thinking on I was thinking of Los of the same thing coming through yesterday of just, you know what I'm saying? He talked about a lot, and a lot of this stuff. One thing he said that stood out to me was like, you know, we have the advantage as the older people that we can think like a young person, but the young people can't think like us. You know what I'm saying? So when we 30, when we, you know what I'm saying, those ages that's not old, but a little bit older than the young crowd, you're not 19, you're not, you know what I'm saying, 20. Right. So it's like we actually had that advantage above, you know what I mean, the people who can, you know what I'm saying, as you know, the saying is a wise man can play a fool, but a fool can't play a wise man type of thing. So it's like, you know, we got that wisdom, we got that, you know, that education that can really change the game. But it's a lot of people out here holding that knowledge, man, that's not telling people this.
Exactly.
But and it's secrets that's like, bro, you keeping a secret that could, you know what I mean? It's some talent out here that's just like, but at the same time, you know, it is a lot of talent that's real arrogant and think that they know everything and really ain't trying to hear it. Right. Because I know a couple of good talents, and when you like, the more talented a person is, like
I feel like the more arrogant they are. You know what I'm saying?
Because when they really good, like they arrogant.
Yeah, and you see it, you know it.
Yeah, bro.
You know what's crazy? God. Like you'll start to realize, like, when you actually spend like countless and numerous hours of time with people like that, sometimes you'll find like I ain't even gonna say a reason. I'm gonna say a justification. That's what
For why they that way?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It's more of an understanding. I can see.
Not saying that it's good, or
right?
not,
Yeah,
you know,
but
I'm not
you
saying,
understand it to be more
but
than
you
just,
understand,
that
like,
way.
yeah, rather than.
I get people gotta, you gotta work, you gotta walk a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But still, like,
Facts.
be humble, bro.
Yeah,
But
like,
see,
like that song Kendrick
life-
made, bro.
life
It's
will
not just a
humble you.
song, bro. That is facts,
life
bro.
definitely will humble you.
You got to sit down, be humble. 'Cause
Yeah.
life will. But that's one thing about me is I feel like I don't know if I could really ever lose my humbleness, just because I feel like I'm just more above anything. I'm grateful. Like
Exactly.
I don't take anything for granted. To feel like I made this happen. I did this, because it's never been about me. It's been what I wanted to do. Now maybe it came to fruition, but it wasn't because I just was able to do it. A lot of times it was me being blessed and put in positions and did things before that ended up working out for me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like buying my turntables and things that was like I just wanted to be a DJ, and then you know what I mean, just to do the thing and not necessarily make money off of it. But of course you want to make money, but that wasn't my focus. Like you said at the beginning, it ain't about business. It's just about doing your thing and having fun and accomplishing whatever goal you got set. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask you this, Loaded. What is your what's your most prized accomplishment?
Greatest accomplishment.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean. English teacher
Probably-
over here, excuse me.
at the moment, it's kind of a toss up between, being more established as a DJ, but then also, like, I'm gonna say it's probably like building my studio, because like as an accomplishment, like DJing is still going, and so I really want to level up from there. But like as a complete thing that's been done, you know what I'm saying, and finished, and you know what I'm saying. Obviously, you want to level up with the studio stuff, but it's for right now, it's like, you know what I'm saying. It's
But
good,
you got everything that you basically need.
Other than that, it's just leveling up and just enhancing equipment. But yeah, building the studio is probably my biggest accomplishment, just because of that avenue of income was very much needed for me, but also was like. I love music, so it's like one thing for me is if it involves music, then I can rock with it. And so to be able to be like old girl said, his homegirl said, a money magnet, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to leave the house to make money, you know what I'm saying? Nor do I have to, and I'm in such a demanding, in such a demanding field of music is very demanding, you know what I mean? And so with it being so demanding, it's always gonna be a job for somebody, whether it's a DJ, whether it's a producer, whether it's a writer, whether it's a, you know what I mean? You can't just, you know what I mean? Like you don't just jump into the game and start making hits. So you don't just, you know what I mean? Like it's actual space for these people, but it's actual, you know what I mean? Like when you got talent, you can really get in there. So for me, the biggest accomplishment was a studio, but in general, DJing is cool too, because I rock with music, you know what I'm saying? And I've accomplished a lot, you know what I'm saying? And got
people, boy, you can put on the show.
People actually is like fans of me. Like I just had this chick this past weekend who had just she came up to me in the club and was like, "Yo, you don't know me, but you know what I mean. I'm your Facebook friend and I'm a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah." And I've also had times where women is like, talking to one of the promoters, like, we don't come here for the, you know what I'm saying, the club. We come here for the DJ. He's here on Fridays and at this other place on Saturday. So they had been following me, you know what I mean? And these are things that I don't even know, but people really, and then I've been promoting this flyer and people hitting me back and really talking to me that I don't even know, but they're like, "Hey, I would come, but I'll be out of town." That people really interacting. I'm just like, you never know the potential that you have. That, you know what I'm saying? People see and people watch and they may not say nothing, but that one time you took the time to send a flyer, took the time to say something that you could be, and because in a general perspective, I look back on it, look like if I sent out the flyer to 50 people or something, and I'm getting at least 10 to respond and say something, you know what I'm saying? And maybe another 10 that's seeing it and like, I may go, I may not go, and then another 10 is like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, but
just like a song, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody gonna like it. Just like a show.
And when
you
get that reciprocation back, bro, it's like it's nothing like that, bro. Like that receiving, like that's like putting out a song and you like people like, man, like bro, like because I've had chicks that then say, oh, when you put out that song, I cried to it, and it's like getting that reward is like nothing else. Like
I ain't gonna cap, bro. That's crazy, bro. Just saying that, bro.
You can't make that up, bro. You can't just.
You can't. And for somebody, that's crazy. Actually, our label manager, Alyssa, she shout out to Alyssa.
Shout out to Alyssa. Yes, sir.
She just had she was going through some stuff. She was just going through some stuff last weekend, but she was playing back one of the songs we had, and she just called me. She was just like, dude, like, y'all are tripping. Like for real, because she was like just the message alone in the song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which one was I remember?
Yeah. So I mean,
that's the gas.
It's just like. It's just like for people to, like you said, for people to reciprocate that energy back when, you know what I'm saying, that's a good
Make you feel good,
It's
and
a
then
good
you realize too, is like being in the game so long, you realize like I'm not even making this for me. It's way more for everybody else, because once I do, I know how I feel.
Right.
I know what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? So me putting this out is gonna always be for everybody else that is there to receive it. So when you have a mentality of just doing it for a selflessness, that it's not about me, it's about, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say something that somebody can resonate with, somebody can get through their day, somebody can, or it's like, man, I'm just trying to say something that, you know, make a song for a good time. I just want to come out, have fun, however you may do that.
And that honestly, I think it all depends on, like, you know, either if you have a purpose to doing this song, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have something just happened, we got to make a song about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all
because it's definitely
bounces off
situations like that. It's been I mean, even like, you know, I got when you get stuff like, you know, you can even go shopping and where you can get designers and stuff. You feel like, now I can talk about these things. I'm looking at these Balmains, Balenciagas, and you know what I'm saying, and all of these other brands. That's, you know, some of them is, you know what I'm saying, Prada, and like, but they're all expensive. But you kind of like, hey, you know, like it's different things to talk about. And as an artist, like when you start just tapping into these things or just shopping,
you got
or
more
whatever.
to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely
right.
Yeah. As an
So,
artist in KC.
You, sir.
You got a question to ask me?
Yes, sir. What is your your greatest accomplishment?
You already know what the answer to that is.
What's your greatest accomplishment? They don't.
I really don't, bro. I don't have that answer right now, and I can't even give it to you.
How you gonna know?
Like, I can't give that to you, and the only reason I say that is because I'm hard on myself.
Too hard.
No.
Way too hard on himself.
No. I don't say too hard, and the reason I say that is because that's making me the type of person that I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say perfection. I don't want to say perfection at all. I don't want to use that word.
But you almost that. You almost that.
The way the way that my mental is so set up, bro, is crazy, because it's just like, I know I can do more, and I know one day I'm gonna obtain more, but it's just like, champ, we gotta get this out the way first. We gotta do this first. Like, my mind is set up in stages, bro.
But you definitely have accomplished some things that, like, you know what I'm saying?
That you should.
I mean, yes, I'm still. There are some things that I'm proud of. But
like, what is your greatest?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's amongst it don't have to be like some big thing. Like, yeah, boy, I got a couple million in the bank.
You could just say one of them is whoop the whoop, to be continued.
Well, okay.
I'm still working on it.
I will say this. I ain't much of a clout chaser at all, because that ain't me. But I will say this.
But I'm gonna say this though.
Like, for real, brother been in the game for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Doing the music, bro. I feel like I'm finally kind of
getting applause established.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm kind of getting established as a producer, but not only a producer, but an engineer. Like, everybody's actually.
That's a difference.
You know what I'm saying? It's a huge difference between a producer and an engineer. Y'all don't know. A producer, bro, makes the beats. Your producer is your beat maker. Production, all of that. Your engineer is the one that sits behind the board and mixes all of your vocals in, does the mastering, does all of that.
Yeah. It's like from the person that make the car to the person that's the mechanic.
Exactly.
I work on the car. Exactly. He makes the car.
Right. So from now on, I don't want to hear nobody saying like, produced by Champ. Champ ain't make nobody's beat if it's on YouTube. You feel me?
Yeah, because if it's a YouTube beat, that people want me to put my tags in it too. You ain't got no tag. I can't put my tag in. It's not my beat, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the way you can put it in the bio.
You know what I'm saying? In a little description, you can say that. Say engineered by. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give credit to the person who made the beat, though.
That's the main. And that's what's crazy. Like, coming from a producer standpoint of view. That's probably the number one thing that's the number two thing that'll upset a producer. The number one thing is not getting paid.
Yeah.
Two is not getting credit for what you made.
Yeah.
Now, I've been in both of those situations. I've had boy. I've had my fair share of runouts, people not paying, all of that, bro. Like people taking my stuff.
Got charged to the
I owe
game, huh,
you, you know what I'm
cuz?
saying? You gotta take, but you know what? You have to take those L's. You have to, because if you don't take them L's, you ain't gonna learn nothing.
And that's the
That's
thing
how I
too. Is
feel.
like you'll realize when like, cause when we DJing, it's like I go through the same thing an artist go through as a DJ, because I'm like, bro, I do have to be here when there's nobody in the club, there's nobody in here, and I'm still up here spinning music. You know what I'm saying? Just like an artist got to be in there, where ain't nobody in here, you still got to perform. You know what I'm saying? There's a few people in here, show them what you got. So it's like, you know, as an artist and as we all kind of go through the same thing. It's just, you know, some people think that, you know, a lot of their pain is exclusive just because they're artists. You know what I'm saying? They think it's just like, oh, well, ain't nobody trying to work with me, ain't nobody trying to, you know what I'm saying? Well, you gotta have to handle that yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then too, it's those things you gonna have to go through. It's not, you're not just about to be out here. You know what I mean? Like just hopping into the DJ game or hopping into the music industry game and just taking care of business.
And that's what's going on a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like some people they just see it's a hobby. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to take that serious.
It look good from the outside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if you really put that type of music into somebody that really appreciates rap, hip hop, and music in general, it's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, and that is the thing too. Is like you'll never, and you know, you could be in the game for a minute and you never know how good you are until you get the clarification. Like you really would. Like I've been DJing for a while, but I'm never gonna know how good I really am until somebody like, yo, I want to fly you out to, yo, you doing your thing. Until I get that, it's like I can assume I'm good all day, but it's gonna have to be some type of clarification. But you know, when that club pack out every weekend, that's some clarification for you.
Big dog.
That's some clarification for you. You feel me? When you was there from the empty to the packed out, you understand the grind.
We're gonna go ahead and take a break though, if y'all don't mind. It's about that time. We're gonna get back with y'all
right after these commercials.
So you see that meme with dude with Tootie's on and cut the eyes out. He said, all I hear is criticize.
And we are back.
Boy, they got my hair looking like 9/11 smoke on.
Hey, so we back. What was we talking about before we left off? You know?
Business.
The artist grind on how, you know, sometimes it be empty in there.
Basically. What's good, Tops?
Eric gonna tell me, he was like, how many lives can one person make in a day?
That's deep.
Got to.
You said we talk about the important stuff though. What's the important stuff?
Man, so look here.
Run it down for me.
A couple days ago, and I need one of those. Okay. Oh, you like that shirt?
How you like that shirt?
It's a little
Okay,
tight.
my bad. But nah. So I'm glad I got my artists on Instagram. I got like 6 people. That's cool. But
They tapping in.
I know.
Fan fans.
As far as y'all submitting y'all music, I know I asked y'all. I need MP3s. I need y'all to send them to my email. But the thing about that is, I don't want no links.
It's Bob Control at
The
gmail.com.
Vibe Control email.
Yeah, bobcontrol at
How you
gmail.com.
spell
Just
it,
like
Texas?
BYBEKTRL at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's got to be spelled out. Because
Yeah.
control is
God.
definitely
Yeah.
not spelled like that.
I'm telling you,
They gonna be
somebody
like,
gonna have your music.
Man, somebody gonna have
Ain't gonna be us.
But nah, like when we ask y'all to send y'all music in, we need MP3s. We can't use links. We can't use WAV files. When I say radio edit, we mean radio edit. No
Please.
cussing. No
Right.
cussing in your music. Or you can cuss in your music. Just make sure you edit it out for us. That's all. Y'all know what a radio edit is. I mean, I don't know why y'all. You know what I'm saying? We all grown. But
Matter of fact, ask yourself before you send it to us.
yeah.
Would you-
before you
would-
send it to us,
Would you play this for your mama?
"Ah,
There
Man.
you go.
I ain't gonna lie. Most of them will play it for their baba.
my mama love it."
You already know it. Now I
That's
would.
my baby.
Let's do it with stars. But
Turn it up.
as far as the radio edit, that's all. That's all. We just need y'all to clean that up so we can start actually playing y'all music next week. I had plans to play y'all music this week, but didn't nobody follow the rules.
Right.
But that's on me too. I didn't communicate. I didn't.
Ain't nobody
you know what I'm
follow the
saying?
rules.
I didn't. I didn't give details, so that's on me. I'll do better next week. As far as that, BMIs and ASCAP.
ASCAPs, yeah. I'll talk
That's-
about it. Go ahead.
Nah, that's on you, big dog. Big boss. Big boss.
Okay.
Big
Okay.
boss.
Well,
Boss man.
basically, all in a nutshell, BMI and ASCAPs are to make sure that you are a registered artist to make sure you get paid. Plain and simple.
Appreciate you, bro.
So, with that being said, you get your music here played, you got to make sure that you have your BMI or ASCAP. If not, you can't get paid for your song. Now, I know you don't want to make that song and not be able to get paid for it. What's the point of making it?
And it also shows how serious you are as an artist, you know.
Right.
real.
Because that's what people going to ask you.
Especially when you expect the people to have clean versions of their music. You really got to be a serious artist to really have some, you know, pay for your versions to get made clean versions and whatnot. So, you know, but it's worth it though. You know what I mean? You definitely going to want to get clean music if you plan on shooting for anything higher than just your local SoundCloud.
Right.
So you're going to need some clean versions of your music just so you can put it on radio stations.
And we gotta say this about SoundCloud. Bro, SoundCloud is not as bad as everybody says it is. Okay.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. Yeah,
Look at
everybody be giving
SoundCloud
SoundCloud.
is not as bad as
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
got
can
that,
still get
yeah.
paid and all that. It's just not YouTube, bro. Okay.
And that's another thing too. A lot of artists don't understand, bro. You can still monetize your music within SoundCloud. You can monetize it in Bandcamp. You can monetize it in not Bandcamp. Because Bandcamp, you already gonna monetize your music. But other streaming services like SoundCloud, you can monetize your music and you can still.
But you really want your stuff on Spotify, all that stuff.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's
what you really want to
that's
shoot for.
cool too. That's cool.
Streaming
there was a
platform.
whole
Yeah,
there was a
streaming
whole
shit.
thing like, oh, you know what? Oh, he a SoundCloud artist. Like what?
I feel
What?
like if my bag's not looking good, I can be all of that. I call it what you
Facts.
want. Wherever I came up from is just where I came up from.
Facts.
But yeah, if you a serious artist, you gonna want to get clean versions of your music, and SoundCloud ain't bad, but you definitely could do better. You definitely could pay your little $35 and go through just your kid, and they'll get it on the iTunes and Spotify, and you know, I don't know if they tap in with Tidal, but I want to get put on Tidal and want to as an artist.
Title cool too.
I want to make sure. I heard
just
they pay,
letting y'all
pay out
know
the
though,
most.
ASCAP did, like, before that quarantine was going on, they did have a little problem paying the artists just because of all this stuff was going on.
Oh yeah.
Now BMIs didn't get to that point yet because they supposedly they said it's supposed to happen like 2021. Their stuff's supposed to mess up, but ASCAP
Hold it
they weren't
down,
paying
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of people. They weren't paying the artists or whatever because all that stuff, all that quarantine stuff.
I don't doubt it.
That's
There was
messed
a
up.
whole
need my
article I
paper.
read out and everything.
They ain't getting paid nothing but 5 cents.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't know.
pennies add up.
Strange.
Yeah, you know you
Pennies
gotta.
add up.
Facts. They do add up over time, but you only get paid what, over a quarter, 2 quarters?
Yeah, it's a quarterly thing, but I think it's either well, ASCAP is a little different, and it depends on what they're paying you for. What they, if you're your publishing or your writers. So some of them, there's some particulars in between those. Do y'all research? Search up on it. You know what I'm saying? We did ours. You know,
Get in that business mind, like I was telling you.
Tapped in.
Facts. I will say that the business that's a necessity. You have to have that, and if you don't,
you're not gonna make it nowhere in the industry without having business.
You not.
And I ain't somebody that's business savvy.
That's probably my. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably one of my greatest accomplishments is a label, because when I first started, I always wanted to be with a label. I wanted to be signed like everybody. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that. You want to get that $1 million sum deal. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It's I promise you, it's so much easier and so much. It's I wouldn't say easier, but doing that by yourself, making your own label, it's gonna make you feel better in the run.
Well,
I would say that.
It start off by yourself, but later down the run,
teamwork made the dream work.
Exactly, because boy.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, bro. And run a label. Everybody want to have a label, but everybody ain't a people person.
Right.
Everybody ain't able to just communicate, and everybody ain't able to just so. As people want to have a label because they hear the idea, but if you're not a people person, you're gonna have to pay somebody who's gonna like put that because you gonna have to talk to people. You're not about to run a label and think you just gonna disrespect people all day and be like, yeah, it's all good, we fam. You know what I mean? You gotta really treat people with some respect, but also communicate, because communication is key. If you don't talk, then you gonna mess up.
Especially communicate to the people that's out of state.
You doing business with,
you know what I'm saying?
It's definitely
like that's major key, because you can't pull up and be like,
Speaking
okay, let's
stay. What about my bad, I'm gonna cut you off. But girl, what is it her name Jazzy or what was her name?
Jazzy.
Whatever happened to her? I thought she
moved to Cali.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was still supposed to be tapping in, and I know there was still a. But that's in personal business,
It all falls down.
Nah. Yazzie, she's still a fam. She still check in from time to time.
Not with me.
I just ain't heard nothing about her.
Not with me.
Facts. But nah, she still check in. She still keep up with the movement. What we doing. She do.
All right.
But you definitely, man, it takes a lot, bro. When you got this dream, dog, and I really see us, you know what I mean, at this vision of us at a mansion, at like a big place, that just like looking back on everything, on how hard we worked, on how much we put into it, invested in our mind. Because, bro, when you got multiple minds coming together on one accord, we all have the same goal, and we all have something to bring to the table. It's like you can't help but win. You know what I'm saying? Now, how much you win is dependent on your team,
right?
But you can't help but win. You know what I mean? So especially when the goal is to really win, and it's like, bro,
and knowing you got a group of people, y'all ain't gonna let nobody stop y'all,
man.
You know what I'm
not
saying?
Even that, bro.
People discourage you and all that. You ain't gonna let that happen.
Let me tell y'all something, bro.
Let me tell y'all something, bro.
Cause, bro, it ain't even. It's not even the group of people per se. It's just the people that you're able to conform to. Like, okay, Buck. Y'all know Buck. Homeboy, Buck. The dude was telling me about a situation that I just did not want to deal with. Bro told me, he said, bro, what does water do? And I couldn't, I thought about it, yada, yada, and I gave him a couple answers, and I was like, yada, yada. He gave me a couple answers. Right. Water conforms, bro. Mm-hmm. So basically, water adapts to any situation.
Just like me. But go ahead.
So like I was saying, though. but no, water conforms to anything. So he was just like, bro, in any situation, you have to conform to it. Right. And so, in a matter of business, in a matter of people that we actually work with, like hands-on, like, you know what I'm saying, like we see every day, bro, everybody's not so stuck up in the head to whereas I'm not going to conform, I'm not going to adjust this. Last night I had a situation. I had 3 artists in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
3 artists in the studio. FL crashed on me.
And what I tell you,
the hardest beat we was working on, with every yada yada like that, everybody's energy just died, bro. Literally. But the fact that I was able to make something else and that they was able to conform to that, that just told me I'm working with the right people.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's stuff like that I pay attention to. And so that's what, in a sense like that, bro, I feel like that's what'll tell you, and that's how you'll know what type of people you really, really working with.
Be water, my friend.
Right.
I heard that Bruce Lee.
Because I told Chan,
What's his name?
I swear, like this was instilled in me, bro. Never let them see you sweat, no matter who it is.
Facts. And that's another thing I'm
Who
learning
it
too.
is.
I'm not gonna cap. You know, birthday in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Or like 2, I think. You know, I ain't gonna cap.
Turn up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cancel
so
life.
what we doing for the what we doing for your birthday? Because you know mine just passed on the 24th.
Yeah, happy belated, bro.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Happy
yeah,
belated.
life up in here.
You
Y'all supposed to be here at the show. What happened? Huh?
Come again, say what?
Man,
But
I
nah.
heard you.
What is this? But nah, man. I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just I don't know. I'll probably work.
I smell a video.
A video.
But,
I smell
yeah.
a video. That's
Let's
what
do
I
I
smell.
remember. Or
remember.
the cipher. We can do both of them. It don't matter to me.
It don't matter to
Champ
me either. We gotta
B-Day
talk about
coming.
that.
That song.
Figure it out.
Put
See,
that
look,
storyboard down,
Champ
too.
B-Day coming. That song dropping.
Mm-hmm, they gonna
Who
tell.
said 88?
Yeah.
Waiting.
88, boy. We gonna
Yeah,
have to. We gonna
yeah.
get him on this, right? We gonna get him on
Hey,
here, bro.
yeah, for real.
88. That boy
Him and more.
Yeah, Martu.
Yeah.
Martu.
Man.
Man, some talented.
I'm
young
not
men.
gonna lie, man.
Shout out to y'all,
came
bro.
ran into a lot of young, talented artists.
Mhm.
A lot of them, and probably these two more than me, just because they're the producers and engineers. But there is so much talent that is in Kansas City. It's crazy.
Man,
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
the talent is industry talent. You know what I mean? Like it's
For real.
definitely worth a listen for sure. And if you really was to hear it from these people, you probably would be on their tail just about pushing everything out and putting something out because you know once you hear, I be hating the fact that all the artists that we like and you know revere that they not putting nothing out. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all not trying to hit us with nothing. It's been a couple years.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy? What?
I gotta ask y'all a question.
Well, I'm gonna say this for you. Ask the question. I can't speak for nobody else, but I know for me why I hold my music back from people.
Do tell.
Do tell.
Do tell.
Young
Do
lady.
tell. Because there'd be a lot of hour. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you said that. But nah, I want things to be sonically just perfect.
That's that perfection.
Yeah,
That's what we were talking about.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I was definitely gonna say that right there
Right
when
there.
you said it.
But you
some
know,
way,
But I waited.
I can help it, but I can't help it. That's a part of me, bro. Like,
But the thing that happens is when it comes to the perfection, if it's anything less, then it kind of takes away your life out of it. Of feeling like, this ain't just, you might throw away a whole song
Because you
gotta
gotta think about it. You gotta think about it.
You
When
know,
these
you've been
people,
ready to throw away a few
when these
songs
artists,
just because
when
they
these
wasn't
artists
mixed
get
well.
big, bro, they don't get big off the songs that they like, that they thought was good. They got hot off to the songs that everybody
people
else
like.
liked that they didn't even think was cool. Okay.
Okay.
So remember that.
I mean, definitely,
Believe
but I feel what you're saying. But in the same sense too, every artist I work with, I make sure they be true to themselves, off rip, off the top. Because reason being, they make music for somebody else, they gonna get lost in that, and I know that for a fact. I've seen it happen. Artists get lost and they make commercial music, bro.
Well, see, that's certain type of artists too. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these artists that are really talented, they do get abused and they do get, you know what I'm saying? This is what we want you to make.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they're good at it, and so it's like continue making this, and it's
Come on
supposed to
down
be
to
able to do
Paw
them. It's
Patrol.
like,
Come on down to Bar Control.
man, you don't want your
we got five
producers
spots.
dancing
Hey,
all in the
boy.
music videos.
Hey, look.
Come on down.
Now, okay, so I gotta ask y'all this question. I was
All
talking
right.
to my barber today,
Mm.
and I asked him. I said, "So, do you think after 2020, do you think the new sound is gonna be auto tune? What y'all think?"
I think it already is.
Hmm.
There is 90% of the songs that you hear on the radio have auto tune.
Well, only
Chris
reason
Brown is,
I'm sorry.
the greatest singers. I think even Beyonce has some auto tune in a number of her songs. So I mean, go ahead though. But yeah, like I said, so you know, so there's a lot of people that you know what I mean are using auto tune, and I honestly, yes, it will be the new sound of music because it's on everybody's voice is different. You know what I'm saying? And then it does have a sonic sound, but as long as it sounds good, you can't really knock it. And then most of the songs we love have auto tune on them. And to be honest with you, it doesn't knock it for us. It doesn't be like, I wish that didn't. I've never heard a song and be like, I wish it didn't have auto tune.
It was just we was getting into it. Like we wasn't getting into it. We was just having a conversation. He was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna do it." Like And dude is cold. He can produce, engineer, all that stuff. Cold.
And he don't want to.
He don't want to touch nobody
I
that
don't
work
be
with
liking
auto-tune.
people like that, man. Not disrespect to the person,
Yeah,
but I don't be
man.
liking people when they. I don't do the auto thing. I don't rock with.
Well, cause he
like,
old school.
I don't
He
like
old
he
school.
Too sedity for me, dog. Like
He
he too
old
sedity.
school.
You know what I'm saying? Conform. What does water do? Conform
But
to
you-
the times.
You know.
But that's another thing though. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Facts. But if evolution is inevitable. We evolving regardless, with or without you.
Let me say something, bro.
Speak up with your tits.
I was trying, but y'all was talking on the road. But you said bro didn't want to. He wasn't gonna adapt to it at all, right? Right? Ain't that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 times out of 10, it's only because he ain't found the right engineer to do it. A lot of clients
Some people just don't like it though.
but
Some people ain't even trying to.
But no.
Hey, don't put that on my boys.
Because exactly, I've dealt with a lot of clients like that, but until they hear actually what I can do with their vocals,
that's what be irritated. That's the reason why I don't be liking them, because
They be like,
bro, this gonna sound better. Like, what you mean?
but
Like,
that's
how
cool
about
though.
that?
That's cool though, because sometimes we gotta show them as engineers. We have to
But-
show them.
And that's the thing is, I don't like to fight with a person about. I don't like to fight with a person about doing something to them. It's like trying to convince a person to help them. It's like the second you put it on, it don't sound. Oh no, I don't. And even this one dude, where he did like that the other day, and then the next day he heard auto tune on somebody else. Was like, oh yeah, can we do the auto tune, bro? But he's honestly, I hope he ain't watching, but he's a terrible artist. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is. And it's like I'm trying to do something to enhance your voice.
I'm gonna ask you. Do y'all have a hard time of telling artists that they not good?
No,
artists?
I don't.
I have a hard time.
I don't.
I have a hard time. I have to,
I
I'm a
don't.
people's person, and I just
You
don't.
know
have
I
the-
don't.
I don't have the time to argue with somebody about that. I don't have. If you're not good, I'm not gonna try to. That's like a racist person. If you're a racist, and I'm like to convince you you're racist is like difficult, very difficult. Like to convince you you're no good is like. People are, if they know that, they know that. If they don't know it, then you know what I'm saying. But convincing you of it, I let the people. I'm gonna do what I can with your voice, and I'm gonna do the best I can.
For real,
regardless
for
of who
real.
you are, but
My homeboy Sam that I met out there in LA. I don't know if I told you this, but I remember telling Loaded this. The dude won't do no session. He's an engineer. If he ain't feeling your music, he's stopping you in the middle of your session. He's
Yes.
not doing it.
Yes, I'm so glad because
He not doing it.
you know who to blame. You know who to blame for all this trash music? These producers.
yeah.
These engineers,
the
bro.
engineers. Well, not even really the
But
engineers. It's really the artists.
I ain't gonna say
No,
the
no, no.
producers because they got some cold beats that's been
But
made.
they
If
just,
you wanna be
do their
precise-
job in a sense too. It's these artists, man.
It's the artists and their homeboys and their homegirls.
and the engineer. All up.
But it's
Not
really,
necessarily because it's up to
it's
the
really these labels,
We
bro,
got-
because they trying to buy talent.
We got
They
3 on the
tryna-
clock.
They trying to make it happen.
But it's really not the engineer fault because it's really up to the engineer to make something out of nothing. You feel me? There's a lot of times, my brother, where I've had a lot of artists come into the studio and ain't not one of them good.
I might be different because I might just be that man to just be like, you know what? I'm not feeling your music. Here's your money back. Get the hey.
Yeah.
I got another.
Nah,
I got
see-
another dope artist
But see
coming
that,
in right after.
but see, that's where the vision come in at. I could hear a terrible song. I could hear the worst song in the world. I really could. But I'm gonna try to make something out of it because
But
of the
when
fact
that-
that's what I'm supposed to do.
But when that vision don't, when it comes to that, it's like you could do it, but you can't polish something that's just trash. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like you
You can.
No,
You
but
can.
but this is what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like you
let me
can't.
listen.
This is like you can't polish doo doo. If it's
Facts.
doo,
Ain't
it's
enough-
just doo.
ain't
Like you
enough
cannot
auto-tune.
dress it up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Facts.
when some of these artists that come in, it's just like they don't really care to advance. They don't care to. I just want to get in, do the song, and get out, or I want to get in and go listen to it. They don't really care too much after
That's
that.
cool though, because
You know
that
what I'm
means
saying?
that.
But
That's
some of these artists just bad. It ain't making
but
it no
that's
better.
the artists that you talking about. Them is the artists who don't
bad.
care about their craft.
Right.
Them is the ones who don't put in effort towards. You know what I'm saying?
But it's no, but
Towards
it's some they do because they still will come in the studio every other day. You know what I'm saying? They'll come pay their money to get in there every other day because they like making songs.
no one
Facts.
trash.
And that's what I'm saying. They just don't.
They don't actually. I don't, no.
Oh, we.
Man, this is deep because this is going till next week and all that. But bro, a lot of them, it's not trash. And I don't know who I was talking to about this. They don't think that their music is trash. They're overly confident in themselves, and that's a lot of
Trash.
that's no. That's confidence. That's
Hey.
confidence in a lot of things. And a lot
That's
of
I got
delusional.
confidence.
A
I
lot
got
of
confidence
good
in my
artists-
music is not trash.
a lot of good artists, they lack confidence. A lot of good engineers, they lack
But
confidence.
that's what keeps them humble.
A lot of
Yeah,
good
exactly.
producers, they lack confidence, bro.
That's where the humbleness come in. That's
Right.
what keeps them humble.
A trash artist is a humble artist too.
Not at all.
Nah.
Not at all.
It's
Depend on who-
50-50.
depend on-
It's
nah,
50-50 because they not all like that. And I know y'all can't tell me because
But
I ain't been in
nah.
out of. Come on, man.
But they not all like. But in a
Hey.
general sense, like they not. You know, some of them is trash and do know, and those are maybe the humble ones. But the ones that don't know or either don't really care is like, I don't care. I'm getting here to do
It's
me.
a hobby. This
You know
what
what I'm
it's
saying? Like,
fun.
yeah,
I'm
this-
doing this for fun.
and
But
then
I'm
it's-
saying
and then
they
it's more
still
so, like-
confident in their craft. They love what they do. That's what I'm saying. They not doing.
Like, yeah, but you know that don't make a difference.
That
that don't make you no better as an artist. You still-
Exactly.
you
That don't
still
mean you
no
need to
good.
go
let
to
me
the studio.
let me take a trash artist and put my money behind them. We see what.
Why wouldn't you take a good
Why
one?
would,
I'm just.
I
I'm
wouldn't say why would you
what-
take a good one because you know what I'm saying if you can build them. But I get that. But
It's just
you
like
can't do that
having
with
a-
everybody.
It's just like having a 16-year-old on your label and you
He
you
ain't
push-
trash.
and
He
you
is nowhere
push-
near trash. He is
Hey,
nowhere near.
you know what? We're gonna save this for next week because it's time
You
to
know
go.
what?
Right.
But we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Vibe Control Radio Station, and we love y'all. But we will be back next week on Tuesday at
Don't disrespect my man.
5. All right.